You can control diabetes. Perhaps you, like many other Americans, have recently been diagnosed with diabetes. Diabetes can be a life-threatening condition and can cause many different complications in individuals with this illness. If you or a loved one has recently been diagnosed with diabetes, be aware that you can control diabetes by maintaining your weight, following the instructions of your doctor and taking your medication, as well as watching your diet. You can eliminate the complications that often arise in someone with this condition. There are many ways you can control diabetes. Many people who are first diagnosed have a period of time where they are in denial. Although type 2 diabetes has become somewhat of a national epidemic, many people refuse to believe that they could possibly have this disease. Perhaps they are not overweight or do not eat a lot of sweets. These are only two precursors to diabetes. Many people who are not overweight or who do not eat a lot of sugar have also been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It strikes everyone, and there are also some indications that it can be an inherited disorder. If you have a first-degree relative who has diabetes, there is a very good chance that you may inherit this disorder. You should bring this matter to the attention of your physician so he or she can do some simple blood tests to determine if you are at risk for diabetes. You can control diabetes. If you are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, one of the first things you need to do is to get a blood sugar monitor so that you can keep a record of your blood sugar. Your doctor will want you to do this several times a day, particularly after you eat. You will also, most likely, be prescribed certain medications. You should take them as directed. You will also be given diet suggestions. Many people who have type 2 diabetes are non-compliant. This means that they do not take their medicine, monitor their blood sugar, and eat all the wrong things. You can control diabetes if you simply comply with your doctor's instructions. One of the best things you can do to control diabetes is by being aware of the glycemic index that is given to certain carbohydrates. Those with type 2 diabetes are warned to stay away from carbohydrates. Diabetics have a difficult time breaking down the sugars and starches and absorbing them into their system. Certain carbohydrates have higher blood glucose levels, which takes them longer break down. By being aware of which carbohydrates rank high in the glycemic index is just one way to monitor the glycerin, which is the amount of glucose in the blood. It is imperative for a diabetic to monitor their glycemia. You can control diabetes if you take your prescribed medication, monitor your blood sugars, become aware of carbohydrates that are high in the glycemic index, and keep an eye on your glycemia, which is the concentration of glucose in the blood. By complying with medication, testing, and diet, you can keep your diabetes under control.